I think I told you about this, that I got the same wig like this one, but in a different color. And am I happy about it? Oh yes, I am very happy about it. Now, it's a very, I don't know, like, I feel like this one's a very, fun, it's like a fun, good, fun, random outings, or special occasion kind of wig for me, or just a day when I want to be kind of a little bit more out there, I guess you can say. And it has a kind of like a rocker vibe feel to it. Now, there are some differences about this wig compared to this one. This one had a lot more curls. I mean, this one is curly. I mean, it does have some curls, but it's a lot more subtle, I feel. And this one had more of the waves, and it was like all the way up here. So I didn't have to alter it too much. I did have to alter a little bit on the top to make it a little bit flatter. So I did that with my curling iron. I did do some parting right here. I plucked some of my hair here, and then I put what is it? Contouring, concealer, and also some eyeshadow on there to kind of mimic as my scalp. I made some baby hairs as well, because as you know with this one, and I'll show you again the construction of this wig, there's just a tiny little piece of lace right here, so I was able to make some baby hairs. Now, as for the rooting, this is the best rooting I've ever seen on any fashion color wig. I've had my share of fashion color wigs, and by far this is, yes, the cheapest, and this is the best because it doesn't have the dark black root, and I am loving that, because sometimes with a dark black root it just does not look that authentic. Because I know, you want, even though you are wearing a fashion color, you still want to look authentic at the same time. I mean, as much as you can, even though it is a fashion color, and it's definitely not natural, but you want to make it look like, especially it's growing out of your head, right? Like you just went somewhere, you got your hair dyed, at some snazzy salon, but yet you want it to look like you got it done, not where it looks totally fake and it should be like only for Halloween. So when it's straight up black, for me, it just doesn't, like, I have to alter it a whole lot more to make it a little bit more wearable for regular use for me. And so with this one, I didn't have to do that so much of it. What I did do though is I extended it a little bit more, the dark brown. And yes, it's not that perfect, but hey, that's okay. I'm not expecting it to be perfect. I used the L'Oreal rooting spray. You can use a lot of other rooting sprays as well. I just used it. I used it for here. Now, I also used it inside here. Now, this is the actual from, the actual wig. I didn't put any rooting spray there, but a little bit here, just to kind of, like, when I pull it back, it's not gonna look too like, why does I see pink and then I see brown on your sideburns? So again, when I pull back, it blends in pretty well, I think. Now, what else did I do with this wig? I also put some dry shampoo, so it does not look so shiny. It looks pretty good. I mean, when it first came out of the bag, it wasn't really that shiny to begin with, but to doll it more, the better it gets, just so, because it looks, again, you want to make it look like it's growing out of your hair, right? Growing out of your head, and you dyed some fashion color on your blonde hair, right? That's what you want it to look like. So there are, like I said, there are some major differences. The one that I was saying is the wave, so it's a lot more subtle. Now the other difference, which is, I think is more of a manufacturing difference, is, which I'll show you, is the little strap here. I can't strap it to any of these except for the one that's the closest to the back comb. Now this wig is not that, it's not that huge on me. It fits just barely fits on me pretty much. So I don't need to really make it super tight, but I do need to make it tight enough so it could be snug at least. And so that's kind of like, you know, that's kind of like a downer there, because they have these little places where you would hook, but on the top here, I don't know if you can see, but on the top here they sewed it, so it's like, well, it's like, looks like it's just for show. The others on this side, on the right side of the wig, it works beautifully. So I was able to hook this one, at least I was able to hook one of them. Now what I'm planning to do to change it, you know, because it's not like a deal breaker for me, because again, sometimes we just get these wigs and sometimes we get the, you know, the best one off the shelf, and sometimes there's some things we need to fix so what I'm planning to do is just kind of sew it right here. So again, number one, what's going to be good is I'm not going to have chances of this popping out when I'm wearing it. And number two, it will kind of give me some snugness. So that's not even a word, but it'll kind of help it be snug a little bit. Now, as for everything else, it's pretty much the same as the blonde one that I have. So again, it has the combs here, and the one on the back. And of course, it does not have rooting all the way through. One way, if you want to rectify that, is you could use some rooting spray if you would like to use them. I would like to use it, but I would like to try that. However, I don't have enough rooting spray as of right now, so I'm gonna have to get some. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much the same thing. Again, yes, there is supposedly, like, right, the middle part lace, but this is not really lace, it's like plasticky. The real lace is right here, just this itty bitty spot right here. I mean, this is lace, but above this lace is like a plastic thing. So, because it's trying to show you the, I guess, like a false parting scalp. So I did part it a little bit, which is good. So I was able to part it, as you can see here. It's not, pluck it, sorry. So it does look pretty realistic after you put like some sort of powder or something, because if you leave it as is, it's kind of like almost like a dark gray to black parting. So you're gonna need to put something there. So it looks to me, if you're just looking at this, it looks pretty good, I would have to say, for a wig that is like pretty cheap, $25, $26. This is a pretty good wig. So again, you know, I am pretty impressed with it. I do like it. So again, this is, you know, how it looks like off my head. I will show you a 360 view. Now, as you can see, I did put a little bit more rooting here. I think, I put that rooting there. Again, because this was kind of pink. So I did put some rooting to make it look a little bit more realistic. And only because, again, when you're wearing a fashion color, you want to make it as realistic as you can make it. And I keep on saying that over and over again with this video, sorry about that, but yeah, that is the key. All right, so now with wearing this, there is, I don't know if it's going to be a deal breaker for you guys. It's not really a huge deal breaker for me, because I found ways to how to mask it. Is when you put your hair all up in the front. Now it looks really beautiful like this, like when you're looking forward, it looks beautiful. But when you are, if someone's behind you, let's say you're in line, you know, in line to get food or something like that, they are going to see the tracks right here. So the one way, there's a couple ways to kind of cover that. Number one, you could use rooting spray, because rooting spray is a really good hack, I think, because when you have dark roots all the way through the wig, and even if your wig is kind of like on the thin side, what happens is when you wear it, it also kind of camouflages it a little bit, so it's kind of it's harder to see unless you're really like up and close and personal with that person, which we kind of can't right now with COVID, so we can't get that close to anyone right now. So so that's a plus side. But when you, no matter how far you are, if you don't have rooting all the way through, it's not going to save you. You're going to see the tracks. So put some rooting spray, that might help. Another thing what will help is just be mindful, don't put your hair all the way through like super tight. So what you can do is kind of fluff it in the back like this, and then you're not really going to really see the tracks. Another way would be putting, so you have all your hair in the back, which you won't see, like you're not going to see it, so what you're gonna do is, when you want to put some of your hair, just put some of your hair up in the front, just some, don't put a lot, just some, and then you're not gonna have that problem with the track so much. So those are some things that I would try if you buy this wig, or if you have a wig that is kind of on the thinner side. You know, try those techniques. They may or may not work. I don't know. To me, they do work for me. I've tried it. I haven't tried the rooting spray so much, but I did, because I saw like it was really pink up here when I spread it. So when I spread the wig, so I said, okay, I need to put some rooting spray to make it look more realistic for the top portion. So I'm pretty sure that if you were to put it all the way through, and you put that rooting spray, it's gonna work pretty well, because it does, again, that's again the beauty of having rooting all the way through. That's why I love rooting all the way through with wigs. But with these kind of wigs, especially, you know, even though they're beautiful and the quality of the hair and stuff might be great, but sometimes the placing of the tracks and all that might not be the best. So it's either A, you don't buy it at all, or B, you try to work with it. And for me, I like to work with it, especially if the hair is on point, especially when the hair is on point, the coloring, the texture and all that. And I would have to say these hair, like the hair that they use, this fake synthetic hair that they use, was pretty good. I mean, yeah, you could, you know, and it wasn't even that super shiny. That's what was pretty cool about it too. This was not super shiny. I did put some dry shampoo to kill a little bit more of the shine, because there was a tad bit of shine, but not a whole lot. So I was really impressed with that too. I was really impressed. So again, I don't really see this as a costume wig. I mean, you could use it as a costume wig, but you could really use this if you are a girl that loves to have fashion color, and especially if you're in between different colors right now. Let's say your whatever color that you're wearing on your actual hair is fading and you don't have time to dye it or to refreshen it, put this on and there you go, you got the color that you want. And so, I mean, for me it's like, because there are times where I really do like fashion colors, but then, you know, it does kind of die down too, so then I'm not really into it. So that's why I'm really happy I got this pink wig. And so when I'm really in the mood wearing fashion colors and wearing this particular fashion color, then I'm really wanting, then I'm really happy I was able to find this. And I was kind of debating with my natural hair to kind of go like this, almost like dusty rose pink color. Now I don't have to, because I got this one. So It's really good. It's a really good wig. I highly do suggest you getting it. I do. I really do. It's a very good, inexpensive wig, especially too if you're really debating if you are gonna dye your hair or you're gonna bleach your hair, you're thinking about doing it. Try out these wigs. It's a better deal to get these cheaper wigs so you can kind of try it and see if you like this color, because once you dye your hair, it's kind of like almost a commitment where you're committed that you're going to have that hair color. With wigs, there's really no commitment. The only commitment you're only gonna really have is just making sure you take good care of it so you can wear it, and that's a whole lot easier than than refreshing your hair color on a regular basis. And right now my natural hair right now is in the process of needing to be refreshed with its color. So again, that's why I wear these wigs. So I can kind of, extend it a little bit longer. And yeah, so that's the cool thing about wigs. I think you guys should really, if you are watching this video and this is your first time watching any wig video at all, I definitely highly suggest to start up wearing wigs, but definitely start with these types of wigs so you can get yourself used to it. For me now, I'm not, I really like AISI wigs now, I'm not, don't get me wrong, I love a good lace wig, but sometimes that takes extra work and extra plucking and all that, and being able just to plop on a wig like this is after I customize this wig, all I gotta do now is just plop it on my head, and that's it, and then take it off. So that's why I like this wig so much, and that's why this brand is a pretty good brand. And there are some, and again, there's a lot of different other colors too. So again, check them out on Amazon. Again, this is not a sponsored video. This one and the video I did for that one was not sponsored. So I totally bought it with my own money. And so I suggest just try it out. Just check it out and try out a wig. And again, I think always trying something that's a little bit, that looks something, you want to try something that will look realistic, but yet not too expensive. So this brand is a pretty good brand to do really for starter wigs, definitely, hands down. So anyways, that is it. Please like and subscribe, and have a great day. Bye.